What is up, folks? What is up? I know I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back. um, Sometimes you just have to take a minute, detox from social media just for a little bit. It doesn't have to be a long time, but it's good. It's good for your soul, it's good for your spirit, it's good for your mind. All right. Today is Thursday, August 20th. I woke up, my throat was super dry this morning. Don't know why. So I have a cough drop lodged back here just to keep me from having to constantly clear my throat. While I was at work yesterday, you see all this? I just got these downloads because of a specific question that I asked God. And I wanted to get on here. I'm not going to spend too much time rambling. I'll do my best not to. But I wanted to get on here and share what it is that I wrote down. And this is specifically let me just go ahead and put this out there. This is to address anybody who has been praying and desiring for change in their life. It could be a situation. It could be anything that you've been praying for to shift and change in your life, okay? My situation was more so pertaining to our young adults that are in college, and just been kind of waiting to ensure that they're going to have the financial aid they need to complete this semester, right? Especially now, all the changes to the laws and things of that nature, it's not as easy as it was when we were going to school back in the day. And when I was asking the question, kind of in a sense of, is everything going to be okay? Spirit said, which do you have right now? Which pertaining to hope, faith, and your belief? And I sat there and I was like, I really didn't know how to answer that question, because essentially I was under the impression that they were kind of all the same, right? Oh, no. So I had to break it down. I had to go into each word and understand the true definition of what it actually stands for, right? Hope. Hope is the expectation or belief that a desired outcome is possible, even when it's uncertain. Okay? In a sense of, if you think of it in a sentence phrase, I look forward to that you having hope that this particular thing, situation will go in this way, right? That's hope. Faith is a strong belief or trust in someone or something, especially when there is not a complete proof or certainty. A sentence, I trust that this will work out in my favor, right? That's you having faith, knowing, or faith that the outcome will be positive, even though you cannot see it and you are completely uncertain. Okay? Then you have belief. And let me just stop right there. And this is for those specifically, this is a time in between time. We are literally in the brinks of, after a solar eclipse, and there's going to be a partial eclipse next week. We are in the time in between time. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because whatever shift that you're praying or desiring to change, you're in the cusp of it right now. And when you're praying, are you praying with hope? Are you praying with faith? And are you praying off of a belief? Okay? That's what I wanted to address. Also, if you are seeing the numbers 333, 1111, or 1010, these are synchronicities, coded messages from our spirit, the universe, right? Letting us know that you are in alignment. You are on the right path. You are what's the word, God? I wrote it down. Awakening, new beginnings. Okay, let's go on. Belief, the acceptance that something is true, real, or trustworthy. Drink my tea. Oh, still hot. Whether based on evidence, experience, reasoning, or personal conviction. I think that this is going to happen because of this, right? A lot of times our belief is based on something that we've already experienced ourselves. So after all that, I came to my own conclusion on what I have, right? What do I have right now? What's instilled in me right now? Do I have hope? Do I have faith? Or am I going off of a belief, right? And this is important to know when you're praying, because, and we're going to get into that in a minute, because it's going to determine kind of what transitions in your life. When it comes to your goals, when it comes to things that you're wanting to see happen in your life, what are you looking forward to? So if you're praying to God, praying for a change in your life, what are you looking forward to? I would suggest that you write these questions down. I wrote them down and I answered them myself because I needed to address them myself. Okay. We're glowing and growing here, right? Let's glow and grow as a community. What do you trust? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself in the decisions that you need to make? Do you trust God and know that God is going to be, because remember, having trust is linked to faith. So do you trust that the divine is going to ensure that everything is aligned how you want it to be? And what do you think? Based off your previous experiences, what do you think is going to happen? What do you believe to be true? Because something may have happened before, do you think that's going to be a repeating factor? Or do you believe that and trust that things are going to work in your favor? I find it interesting. I wrote this down. I said, why is it that certain circumstances determine whether we have hope, faith, or use our beliefs? You ever notice that? You talk to someone and they may say, oh, I sure hope this comes through. Or you do something and they say, oh, well, just have faith. Or you say something else and I believe it's going to be all right. Interesting enough how different phrases are used in different circumstances. But then it got me questioning if they were even being used in the right context. Let's move on because I'm already approaching 10 minutes, so I don't want to ramble too much. So when you think about your prayer, if you're having hope, faith, or belief, what is your intentions? What is it that you are intentionally wanting to do in your life? What is it that you're intentionally wanting to bring about differently in your life? Intentions is the purpose, aim, or plan behind a person's thoughts, words, and actions. For me, I'm very intentional about how I speak. I'm intentional really about everything I do in my life because I understand the impact that it can have on me if I am moving and going into this with ill intention, with the wrong intentions, right? And then the word manifesting. I was a strong believer, and this goes back into prayer. I got to talk about this. I got to talk about it. Manifesting Let's read the definition. Manifesting is bringing something into your life or making something happen by focusing your thoughts, intentions, beliefs, and actions towards it. When I was younger and I was being put in church, wasn't questioned. You just kind of forced to go into church, right? And they say, well, just pray to God and pray and God will answer your prayers. It was almost painted to me as if as long as I'm praying to God and I keep asking God for this one thing, whatever it was, God would give it to me, because that's how prayer worked. You pray, here you go. You pray, here you go. As I got older, a lot of my own self-experiences, I realized the things that you pray for do not always arrive. I realized sometimes you pray for something and you end up getting what you asked for, but you wasn't specific enough, so you end up with something that it wasn't quite what you wanted, right? Manifesting is something similar, because a lot of times we are praying for something, wanting to manifest something, but we are not taking any action towards that thing. We are expecting something to magically just land in our laps so we can be great. Majority of the time, even I am guilty, right, of praying and asking for more financial abundance, right? I need more money. Let's just get to the point, right? I need more money, God. I got to handle this, and this. A lot of times that's what we're asking for. Oh, God, I need this so I can get this done. I need to handle this. But what's interesting, too, is I noticed a lot of times, I'm not saying anybody that I'm speaking to right now, but we ask for money and then we take the money just to go push it back out for something that we don't need. We end up spending it on something that we don't need. We end up spending it on something that wasn't part of our intentions, that wasn't part of our prayer. And then go back to praying, asking for it again, and then get mad because it hasn't shown up. When you are wanting to manifest something into your life, your intentions have to be very clear. You have to be very intentional about what it is that you are calling onto your life. You also have to be aligned. That's bringing me to this other page. Alignment. Being in agreement, harmony, and balance with something. It means everything is working in the same direction. My intentions need to align with what I am manifesting. I cannot say I'm manifesting a new home, but I'm not putting intentions into the current home that I have. Or I say I want a new home, and I'm wanting to manifest a new home, but I'm not even putting any action towards going to apply. Or my mindset is not aligned with my intentions. I am actively working towards something, but my mind is aligned with negative vibrations, meaning I'm speaking, oh, this ain't never gonna happen for me, but I'm steady trying to get this house, but I'm steady telling myself this is not gonna happen. That is not in alignment. And if it's not in alignment, guess what? It's not going to manifest. And if it's not going to manifest, you praying, having hope, faith, or belief is not going to align either. And I wanted to talk about this because I've realized in my own personal life, even in that situation yesterday when I was having my time with the divine and just talking and asking, like, is this going to work out? Sometimes we just want to know right then and there, is this going to work out? And sometimes that answer does not come immediately. Sometimes that takes your faith. God does not want to reveal what the outcome is going to be. It depends on if you have hope, faith, or belief. Are you hoping that this will work out? Do you have faith it's going to work out? Or do you believe it's going to work? You can have all three. Whatever floats your boat. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Are the actions you are taking aligned with the intentions to call in your manifestation? I'll say that one more time. Are the actions you are taking, so if there's some type of change, some type of desire that you, in the time in between time, that you want to call into your life today, are your actions that you are taking aligned with your intentions to call in your manifestation? Same goes with your prayer, right? Are the actions you are taking aligned with your intentions to call into your prayer so your prayer can be answered? If they are not, this is your message today to get them aligned. That does not necessarily mean that you do it today and then magically tomorrow it happens. What I'm saying is get into a flow of being consistent with yourself on what it is you want to call into your life. What change you want to see happen in your life. Because nothing is there's no wand and it's not going to just magically appear. We have to take action over our own lives. There's times that it's super challenging. We have several obstacles, right, that we have to endure sometimes. But the thing of the matter is you cannot control outside circumstances. All you can control is yourself. And if I can control myself, I need to make sure that my actions that I'm taking are aligned with my intentions on what it is I'm trying to do, making sure they are in the same direction, no mix match, so that way, whatever I'm praying for, whatever I'm manifesting can come into my life. All right? I just want to say that, leave y'all with that. I'm sorry that it took so long, but I feel just as though as I was in the car yesterday having this conversation, diving into understanding the difference between hope, faith, and belief, right? I believe that someone else is out there praying and asking for change and desiring change in their life. And if you are, please ask yourself, are the actions you are taking aligned with the intentions to call in your manifestation? That's all. I'll talk to y'all later. And I hope y'all stay glowing and growing. Peace.